Wondery Plus subscribers can listen to episodes of How Do You Cope early and ad-free. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
Hello, I'm Marina Hyde.
And I'm Richard Osman.
And we are the hosts of The Rest is Entertainment. Now, each week, Richard and I speak about our favourite entertainment news stories and incredible behind-the-scenes facts.
In the last few weeks, we've looked at the wild story of Noel Edmonds' new Kiwi hideaway, the ongoing Beckham family feud, and is John Robbins the greatest stand-up of his generation, or is it Ellis James?
In our Thursday Questions and Answers episode, we tell you the secrets of showbiz, including how they film Race Across the World, why prop mugs are always empty, and why new books smell like that.
You can catch The Rest is Entertainment wherever you get your podcasts, or search The Rest is Entertainment on YouTube. Back to John.
Hello everyone and welcome to The Gratitude List. This is the bonus podcast where I ask my guest to list 5 things they're grateful for today or any day. And I'm joined by Sophie Willan, and we've had quite a big chat.
Yeah.
In the main ep, we covered a lot of ground. You've had a cigarette. I've had a vape.
Yeah.
I've had a chocolate. You've had a mint.
Yeah.
We've already got 2 things to be grateful for, nicotine and sugar.
Fabulous.
But I wondered when life feels quite tumultuous, do you find a little bit of grounding in gratitude?
I do actually do gratitude lists.
Do you?
A lot, yeah.
Oh, great. When do you do gratitude lists and what do you find they help with?
Well, I'm trying to do them every morning at the minute. I do at end of year, like a journal reflection thing. There's this woman who does these things online that are brilliant. And so that you always, at the beginning of the year, start off quite strong. And I feel that it's just a good reminder, isn't it? And it just sets your mind up in a more positive way. I think to do it first thing in the day as well, I think is always more positive.
Yeah, I think sometimes, I've been chatting about this with my therapist, is the brain can think in quite definite, concrete statements like, you've messed this up, or you will always feel like this, or what's the point, and that kind of thing. Whereas gratitude actually tells you that below those sometimes quite negative messages, there's really great stuff happening, and it can be quite small things as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So what's first on your gratitude list today?
First, because what I've thought as well is often I do, I'm grateful for this, grateful for that, and not so much grateful for what I bring to myself. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking, I'm really grateful for my creativity. Mm-hmm. It's been a brilliant thing in my life, and it's, one, it's bought me a house.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that, can you?
That's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, to have a creativity that buys you a house, fabulous. Yeah.
So do you ever play with sort of alternate universes where you didn't find creativity and where you might be?
Oh, I don't know where I'd be. I'd be dead stressed, I think. I could see that I could end up I would have been a social worker or worked in youth or something like that, probably. Or gone to prison. Who knows?
do you I mean, when people say, like, if you weren't a comedian or if you weren't, this, that, the other, what would you be? My first thought is just really unhappy.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily see, I could have been, I could have ended up in lots of different places. But I have a fear that I wouldn't have known what the itch was that I wasn't scratching.
Yeah.
And it would have come out in sort of being a real pain, more so.
Definitely, because it is like catharsis, isn't it? It's expression. And if for whatever reason you've not felt able to express things, I think that creativity is so brilliant for that, isn't it? And it connects you to other people, doesn't it? It's
do you
connection.
remember what age you first did creative stuff? You said in the main episode that you read Tracy Beaker as a kid.
Yeah, I loved writing when I was a kid. I from the age of about 7, I loved writing, loved words. And then me and my grandma went to Ibiza and she went clubbing and I joined the Hotel Drama Club.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. And I played the crying clown, was my first role.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and grandma said, you're fantastic. You're like Marilyn Monroe. She had no parents like you.
Wow.
And I just got the bug for it. I loved it. Yeah.
Do you remember the performance? Do you remember what that was
I had to go out and cry as the crying clown. It was Nutcracker or something? And then they cast me as Snow White the next day. And there was a beautiful girl with, brown hair and she's perfect. I was, plump with eczema and a blonde hair with really wispy, horrible hair. So it was lovely that they cast me because I think they thought she can do this role. And I got to bite the apple and do the fall, which I was quite good at, actually. I can do a really good feint on cue.
So the hotel sort of had things in place for kids whose parents were going out
Probably
clubbing.
that was what it was. Grandma was off at the Café Del Mar, wasn't she? So,
wow.
Yeah, it was good fun, actually, for me and her.
Yeah.
We all had fun.
Amazing. What's second on your list?
What's second on my list? I wrote it down, actually, but I shouldn't really need to, should I? Because you can just kind of... So I'm doing it this morning all the time at the minute.
So you've got is that your journal there?
This is just for my morning pages, as they say.
Oh, talk to me about morning pages.
Yeah,
yes,
the artist's
please.
way, yeah. I've been doing it for years now.
Every time I did, like my first 3 Edinburgh shows all came out of morning pages from the artist's way, and then I stopped doing it.
Yeah, well, you go in and out.
Yeah.
And Julie can be a bit irritating. Especially when you're in your 20s and you read it, it's really hard for Doug, who's a dentist on 70,000 a year, and you think, fuck off, Doug. So that's really annoying. But some of the exercises are really good, and I always go back to that.
Yeah, that's the artist's way. If people aren't familiar with it, it's sort of a course of, I guess, igniting and nurturing a creative side of you, whatever side that is, and not necessarily aimed at making a career of it.
No, it's basically like the 12-step program for creatives, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got a lot of AA stuff in there, I think.
Big time. That's where it comes from originally.
Oh, really? All right. Yeah, I did think that, right. What else am I grateful for here? It says, I'm grateful for... Oh, hang on. Oh, I'm grateful that I think I've been quite lucky. There's been times in my life where it's got bad and then I feel like I've been almost rescued out of these things, like, getting into the care system at a time when I was in danger or... being able to buy a house and finding the right house. I think I've had an element of luck that I'm happy with.
Well, Alma's quite into manifesting, isn't she?
Yeah.
She makes a big display on her wall using Julie Walters' face on her body.
Chops her head off and sticks her own face on.
So, where manifesting, I have conflicting views on it because... In a sense, I think partly we're setting ourselves up for a bit of a fall, saying, I want this thing or this stuff to make me feel better. Mm-hmm. And, as a lot of people will have experienced, you get the thing and, 5 minutes later, you still feel like shit. Yeah, you're still you. But on the other hand, I think it's really beneficial to set intentions towards the things that you want. And that's part of that is advocating for yourself. Say, I deserve this thing.
Yeah.
Or, I deserve a relationship where I'm valued and listened to or whatever. So where do you stand on manifesting stuff?
I don't like the term manifest because, again, I think, that book, The Secret and all that. I think what's lovely about doing a vision board, reflect the year that's been, look forward to the year ahead. And it's more like a positive, what would I like for this year? And it's like excitement for the year ahead. And I also think it helps focus you a little bit because actually there's things on your board that you think actually when you're about to do something, you think, is this driving towards the things that I want and need? And I don't think they have to be material things. Yeah, I don't just think it's about what you can get. I think it's about, spiritual, mental, relationships with yourself, with others, and then goals as well for yourself.
So there are other things that you've set intentions for that you've found that's helped remind you throughout the year when perhaps things are difficult or not quite going in the direction you'd hoped?
Definitely. And if you just think about the practical goals, so when I had the second series to write and I felt really overwhelmed, I thought, well, what would I want it to be? How do I want it to look? And then I printed off lots of different pictures like Secrets and Lies, the Mike Leigh film and, just because I could see the tone of it. So actually, it was kind of there in the back of my head, and I could just look at that, and it keep you on track a little bit. And then the big tree, I drew a big tree. That was really good because you look at something like that, and you visually kind of almost mirror it, and I think that's quite good for you.
All right, brilliant.
Yeah.
What's your third
Another one?
item?
I'm very grateful for my wonderful friends and the connections I have with my friends. Connection, really. Yeah.
And how do you sort of manage something like a really overwhelming project like writing a sitcom with maintaining those connections? Do you sort of go off radar for a month or two, or do you make sure you sort of keep time for those friends?
Well, I was up north, and I'd say most of my friends are in London anyway, and then we'd had lockdown. So I found that like calling friends was really important to me. You know, if you're doing your writing and then going, right, I'm going to have half an hour off, I'm going to call a friend. And those check-ins are, I think, really good.
Yeah, I've sort of changed my attitude towards some elements of my phone. And because sometimes I can get a bit like, oh, I'm just here at home on my own. Because had you made your podcast? I've lived on my own for 9 years.
Yeah, well, you were going to be my first guest, weren't you? Sorry.
Yeah. But to actually, as opposed to being all like sorry for myself, I'm sat in my room on my own thinking, do you know what? I've had 3 voice notes from my friend Lou. I've had a text conversation with a WhatsApp group. I've had a long phone call with another friend I know today.
Yeah.
This is a lifesaver.
Yeah, and actually that is the way people communicate more now, isn't it? You know, I think you're not on your own when you are on your own, if you know what I mean. You're not lonely necessarily.
And you can choose when to engage and when not to.
Yeah. Well, I have like being back in London. I'm grateful for my home and being near my friends as well with that. But I'd say as a separate one, I'm really grateful for my home. I love it. I absolutely love it. I've painted one room pink I've got a pink and white leather banquette and a jukebox. It's like an American diner. It's fabulous.
I think if you're in Lou's house, Lou Sanders' house, because she's just bought a place, if they were next door to each other on a road, you could do like a tour, an interior design tour of bold, positive colours. Yeah,
but do you know what's funny? I saw the background of her place. Her kitchen's the same as mine, baby blue and baby pink.
Yeah.
I've added mustard in there just to...
She's got a leopard print spare room.
Oh, my God, yes. Yeah. I feel we might be the same spirit animal. Yeah.
So is home your third one, or is that's third one home?
Yeah.
And that must mean, for someone who went to a lot of different homes as a child, is that the first time you've ever been like, this is mine?
Well, I always overdo it when I was in rented. I mean, I retiled my kitchen. My landlord wasn't happy. Pink tiles as well. But this was something different. In my records, actually, one of the things it says is Sophie was in a bad mood today. She keeps saying that she wants to live alone and not with anybody else. And I thought, I always saw myself in a fully furnished sort of Manhattan apartment, really. So I think there's something about when you actually get to buy your own home, when it's been a desire from so young, that's fabulous. I burst into tears when I opened the door. So, I love it. Shall I move on?
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Health. You know, I'm always quite hypochondriac with health, but actually I'm still here. I drink like a fish, smoke like a chimney. I went on them scales that tell you your age.
Oh, yeah.
Your physical age. I'm 34.
Do they know you're smoking when you're on them?
Yeah, I was like that. Yeah, because I'm actually 37. I thought, I don't know how I've managed to keep them 3 years.
Have you had health scares in the past or health complications?
Well, I've got endometriosis, which is an inflammatory autoimmune hormone thing. So it does make you more aware of stuff because it affects your whole body that, you know, you get sickness and all sorts with it.
So do you get the really bad sort of pain?
Yes, you get these shooting pains that are very painful. Yeah, and they make you feel sick and all sorts. So I think you're aware. But luckily it's only once a month now.
And
so
how long does it last for?
It can be anything between like 2 and 6 days.
Which is a big portion of a month, 6 days.
It is actually shit.
That's 20% of a month.
Yeah.
To feel that much pain.
But I'm generally healthy, so I'm happy with that.
Have you developed a relationship with that pain when you feel it coming on?
Not really, no. I mean, I don't know if you can really. What is good is I used to beat myself up like, oh, you should do this, should do that. And obviously an anti-inflammatory diet is better. But I did a year of anti-inflammatory diet, no sugar, no booze, no fags, and I still had pain. So that was actually quite helpful to go, yes, you can do your best, but also we're not going to beat you up.
I often find like such a pressure, especially on social media, to optimize every area of your sort of diet and life.
Yeah.
And it's so overwhelming
Yeah.
to think, I've got to cut out processed food. I've got to cut out refined sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't have wheat. Oh, I shouldn't have this type of like milk alternative.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to take vitamin B supplement. Oh, actually, no, you can get vitamin B toxicity, but vitamin D I need to take.
Yeah.
And you're like, what would happen
Yeah.
if I just did exactly what I fucking wanted? And what made me really, really happy.
Yeah, exactly. Because the joy, that's good for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
The joy of a cigarette.
Yeah, that's the tagline.
Yeah.
The joy of a cigarette. I'm not. Can you legally say that anymore? You
I
probably
don't know
can.
if I can really, but I went to a fitness boot camp once. Well, I went a few times. The portions were so small. I thought, that can't be good for you. And I sat in my room eating a tin of tuna. I shared a room with two twins, Sharon and Karen or something like that. They were in their 50s. They'd had loads of plastic surgery. Both the husbands had left them at the same time. They were having a horrible time.
Oh, God.
They both had sleep apnea. I was in the middle of them.
Oh, no.
It was horrific. I don't know why I thought of showroom. And one of them, I heard her in the middle of the night crying and eating a satsuma.
Oh.
I was like, oh, Sharon, are you all right?
Oh, my God.
It was awful. And I thought, do you know what? This isn't joy.
No.
Anyway, the next day I snuck us out to the pub.
Oh.
And we all had loads of tequila. And do you know what? That was joyful.
Yeah.
We felt better.
So you had a year, no booze, no fags?
No booze, no fags, no sugar.
Wow.
11 months. Yeah.
What did it feel like?
I looked fantastic. I felt optimistic. Was I bored? Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then you push through it, don't you?
Mm.
Yeah, it was good for that. And it did help with my endo. And it also did help with me not beating myself up, realising that the endo is its own thing, really.
When you started drinking and smoking again, did it change, perhaps more with alcohol, did it change the way you drank? Did it have an impact or did it just go back
I
to how
drank
it
a
was?
lot less.
Really?
Yeah. But I think I've probably started to make up for that now. It's been a few years, but I noticed I couldn't drink very much. I didn't want to drink very much. What am I on now?
This will be the final thing on your gratitude list.
Right, okay. I've got a few. I went a bit
Oh, we'll
nuts.
do to quick fire.
Oh, right, okay. It sounds like I'm blowing my own trumpet, but I think it's good to do, actually. I'm grateful for my ability to reflect, be honest with myself and grow from that, because I think that's actually saved my life.
Yeah.
Being able to look at a situation and go, what's going on, Sophie? What do you need to do here? Reflect on the situation, be quite brutally honest with myself, and then learn from it.
So being less reactive and more active in sort of taking an honest appraisal of what's going on.
Yeah.
What your strengths and weaknesses might be in any situation.
Yeah, and I've done that from an early age, actually, like reflecting on stuff and looking at them and working out. And I think that's really good. And I think Lem Sisse does that as well. And I think for people who've had that chaotic upbringing, it can really have a big impact.
So do you do that just in your head? Do you write? Write.
Yeah, I think writing for me.
In the form of a journal or morning pages or?
Morning page journal, then this thing I do every year now, like reflective, look back on the year that's been, things I found difficult, therapy, learning about different types of therapy, whether it's parts therapy, internal family systems, or like, reading, I don't know if you've read Yalom. No. He's interesting. He was a therapist, and it's all about existentialism and then also like the relationship to being honest with your therapist. I think just getting as much knowledge and information and actually putting it, to your own experiences. I think I'm grateful that I've been able to do that, and I want to continue to do that.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sharing your gratitude list with us from your No Probllama notebook.
No Probllama.
It's got a llama on the front.
Yeah, and that's why I like it.
It's brilliant.
Thank you.
Sophie, it's been a joy to chat to you. We're going to go and get some nicotine in our systems.
Fabulous.
You're going to experience the joy of a cigarette.
Yes.
I'm going to experience the never-ending project of vaping.
Yeah.
And we hope we have some fun.
Woo!
Follow How Do You Cope on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to episodes early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at wondery.com/survey. From Wondery, this is How Do You Cope, hosted by me, John Robbins. For Audio Always, our producers are Michael Dale and Bertie Moores. Executive producers are Ailsa Rochester and Dave Masterman. For Wondery, our producer is Emanuela Quenorte Francis, and our senior managing producer is Rachel Sibley. Executive producers are Michelle Martin, Chris Bourne, Morgan Jones and Marshall Louis.